Hey everyone, this is Tappers here, and welcome back to the Mega Man 5 playthrough. When we last left off, we defeated all of Proto Man's robot masters. God, it is really weird to consider that Proto Man would make them. A robot making more robots, but who cares? We've got Proto Man's base, which has some pretty neat music, and we are gonna skip right through most of this if we can. Ouch. And if we're lucky, we can kind of be on our way without any sort of shenanigans whatsoever. And does a crystal eye work? Well, actually I get a decent amount of ammo for it, so that's actually a good sign. It just doesn't do much for damage. Yeah, let's get rid of all of you. And as far as I know, that is a stupid jump, and this is a stupid decision to use or require rush coil, where it can just activate when you don't want it. Also, it uses up a lot of ammo, which is worse, actually. Does rush jump? Okay, that's good. Hey, nice snipe. Gotta watch out for the Rambacoons, which I didn't realize were these guys when I played. Oh, okay. And we also get our first use of Rush Jet, which I could have probably used before, but I didn't. And, not sure what they were thinking with this part, but it's kind of whatever. I can just use the Super Arrow, which is a nice little utility. And more one-ups. I think I'm already over the limit. And so is the sprite limit, too. That was kind of an odd texture. It just looked like the graphics kind of gave up right there. And I think there is a not mini boss right here. Come on. Yeah, I gotta get rid of this Dachshund, or whatever. You could always just use the arrow, but screw that. And guess what we have, if you can tell by the patterns. Oh. Okay, yeah, I just kind of panicked and didn't realize where half the blocks were going, but that's okay. I wasn't punished too badly for that, and yeah, a charge shot and like 2 buster shots kind of kill them, which is hilarious. Actually, to be much safer, I'm gonna grab Rush Jet, wait for a good moment. Oh, that didn't quite work. Hey, speedrunning trick. That's always nice. Also, this room is the most obscure in the entire game, and by that I mean it houses probably the most useless enemy and one of my most hated. Rounders. These things have no reason to exist, if you ask me, because they don't do anything except bug the crap out of you. And they also have just some of the worst hit detection I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm gonna kill that one, and you will never see them again until Mag Mammal 2. Which, I need to stop referencing that because that's 20 years in the making. So, this is the Guardian of Proto Man's Keep. Okay, I gotta figure out how this thing shoots. I don't like these bosses because the contact damage and the damage they do is absurd. Fortunately, if you can shoot them good enough to where they speed up plenty, then you'll actually defeat this thing. I could make a redacted joke, but it just doesn't quite work in this situation. But yeah, that was a stage. It didn't really have any particular theme to it. It was just kind of a stage. I'm not one to really review stages and be like, oh yeah, this is clearly what something should be or what it shouldn't be. Also, yeah, it's also really nice to know that one section is a complete dead end. Totally need that. Along with a power-up inside the wall. I don't really understand who designed Rush to begin with, because it's like, Rush should not take 4 units of energy to actually use. Even if you do have the Super Arrow and Rush Jet, it's like, yeah, it's just so unwieldy, and fortunately they thought better of it next game, and by next game I mean they didn't really. Now this is a design I don't like whatsoever. If you fall, you pretty much die. I don't like this segment. I don't know how I didn't die there. But save yourself any sort of trouble and use gravity hold or something. Star Crash also works really well because it kills them in one shot. And speaking of which, I can probably get by the Crystal Joes really easily here. And it does damage, unlike against those stupid, beheaded, toilet things. I don't even know what to call them. Don't like the position of that. You actually have to use a thing in order to get it. Okay, there is an E-tank up there, and I jumped because I didn't need to. But it's also kind of a trap because you are guaranteed to get hit. Probably. That's a 1-up. I don't care about that. And just sort of a layout. It's a lot of copy and pasting, and it's just sort of whatever, honestly. I have the M-Tank, but I'm not going to use it because I don't need it just yet. And if this were a Mega Man X game, we would be going down into that hole and find a secret path to a sub-stage. No, actually, we're not even to that point yet. Ow. That Simbot's just gonna jump into a pit. Okay, yeah, it just had to jump up and down in order for me to actually hit it. Nice. So, the next boss, Guardian 2. He looks just about the same, except he just walks around and that's about it. He apparently is weak to both the Napalm Bomb and the Crystal Shot, which you're better off using the former. Oh, and he's also weak to apparently Arrow and... actually, we're just gonna go ahead and use a E-Tank because I don't feel like dying to this boss. He's also weak to Beat and Arrow. You also have to be really careful because the contact damage this guy does is pretty absurd. It is pretty nice to know that you have multiple weapons that work against this guy, especially considering that all he does is walk back and forth with a barrier with a huge hitbox. He pretty much is the equivalent of... I don't know if I want to say he's kind of like Skullman in that he sometimes stops early, or some other bosses that I can't think of, but that's kind of how it works. And wouldn't you know it, right off the bat we get an Apache Joe. That's always a good sign, and I think a gyro attack is really good here. Yeah, 2 hits. What do you know? I also love how they're just completely useless when they get really close to you. They just hover up and down and all around. I should have just promised not to use that joke again. Where I need something. Good enough. I kind of wish I had wheel cutter so that I could kind of just scale up the walls and then just be sort of done with it. Oops! I should have prepared myself just in case. Oh well. The only unfortunate thing is that those platforms just drop and then you just have to kind of do everything over again if you screw up. It's... oh well. I did it again. Okay, that was actually very dangerous because I was too far forward than I really should have been, but it all worked out in the end. As we continue to scale Mylon's secret castle, or proto-secret castle. I might have to edit that out because that was a massive sneeze. Except you probably didn't hear it. So, actually this stage has kind of an interesting sort of gimmick, but at the same time it's sort of just there. Oh, that was close. That was not close. I think I'm at a checkpoint though, so it probably doesn't matter. I'm not going to use the arrow on this part because it's sort of just whatever. Actually, no, I take that back. I will use an arrow. Let me see. I think my ride's here. Probably? Yeah! We're good. And we're in there. And he just vanished off into the ether sphere. Okay, yeah, I want to kill that Power Manslayer just because he was in my way. Yeah, you want to get rid of that Power Manslayer because then you have this shield which pretty much blocks your path and almost forces you into a one-on-one, which kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. And it also kind of sucks that there's a ladder of these enemies. Oh, I gotta be really careful because if I get hit, I pretty much am dead. But now, this Power Manslayer is kind of interesting in that if you do it just right, you can combo him to death. Except it takes a lot of hits to actually kill him, but at least you'll be able to get a free E-Tank out of that. Is this the last block snake? Probably. I wasn't intending for that to hit. Oh, that's... These things are annoying, and I probably should use the gyro attack in case there's more. Like that one. And that one. So, we get to Guardian number 3, and this is where we know, or we get to see how annoying these damn things are. This one in particular because it has a very nasty attack, and I am going to use my E-Tank now because, clearly. Yeah, so he can freeze you in place, which kind of sucks. There is a pattern to how you do it, it's just I'm not good at it. No, 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 no. Let me grab Beat. Or not Beat. Okay, I have to be a further distance from him because... And he's doing that really close, which I really don't like. Okay, I'm not happy with using 2 E-Tanks, but it's like, if I can put a little more distance and then read his attack, he becomes, I guess, really easy, which is sort of surprising, because I don't consider him that easy, or I just kind of suck. Which I think is the latter in this case. But, fortunately, we are just about the end, because we just have a straight shot up. A shot put up. And we do that by destroying pillars. That's always great. I'm gonna walk over because I don't want to die. Unfortunately, they give you a lot of time by just allowing you to shoot everything. And yeah, the door's right there. So we get to confront... Hey, Proto Man, what's up with that whistle? It just sounds kind of ugly and awful. Hey, put that cannon down. Watch what you're... Ow! Don't kill... Oh, oh, where's that whistle coming from? Did he fix it? Oh! Hello! Ugh! It was a robot in disguise, and he's like twice my size. But yeah, this is actually Darkman, the true mastermind of disguise. Or, I would say master of disguise, but it's a bad thing. So this guy uses a lot of shields, and he can summon them at will, I guess. And I need to be careful because the lag frames are really... Oh! Okay. Good. I didn't really... He's also weak to Beat as far as I'm aware, which is kind of nice, I guess. That is very heavy damage. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and use Beat because, I mean, I can at least sort of kill him and not embarrass myself, although I already have. Peck his eyes out. Yeah! Aerial attack! I don't have a word for it, but yeah, go Beat, and he just vanishes into thin air. So that's the end of the game. We defeated the Master... Oh, it went black. You've done well, Mega Man. I never expected you to talk so slowly as I ramble on. Oh, yeah, powerful Darkman robot. And he just appears in midair and stuff. Imagine for crimes. But now the real Proto Man has appeared and spoiled my plan. Dr. Light is a captive. Come if you dare. Ha 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 ha. Or, no, I did it wrong. Ha 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 ha. As we hear the familiar UFO noise of wiliness that also involves, wait for it, eyebrows.